Fighting out of the red corner from Rialto, California, here's Ricardo Sandoval!
You know, I love the story that is Ricardo Sandoval. He personifies perseverance. Just his 5th pro fight, he lost while fighting in Mexico. For a 112-pounder with no major promotional backing, that can be a boxing death sentence. But he kept fighting, he kept winning, and after back-to-back wins over Jay Harris, Carlos Buitrago, both former world title challengers, he is now in position to fight for a world title sometime in the next year. So if he wins tonight, a world title opportunity is likely on deck.
Wearing black and gray, he weighed in officially 111.2 pounds. In 11 professional fights, he is perfect. 11 victories, no defeats, 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Presentando el hijo de Cartago, Costa Rica, the undefeated And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Wearing tan with brown, he weighed in officially 111.8 pounds. In 21 professional fights, his record outstanding with 20 victories, 1 defeat, 15 big wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the pride of Rialto, California,
Boxer Chief second. Okay, guys, belt line is good here. Chief, this belt's a little high, so I'm going to give them to the middle of the letters, all right? You got my instructions in the back, gentlemen. Protect yourselves at all times and listen to my commands. Touch them up. Back to your corner, gentlemen.
3 years ago, Ricardo Sandoval was fighting at a Buffalo Wild Wings in Mexico. Now he's 1 win away from fighting for a world title.
You good?
You know, Sergio's gotten in a fight at Buffalo Wild Wings before.
You good? Doc, we good?
In the parking lot. For free.
You said you wanted spicy, not mild. Here we go. This should be a...
Buckle up. That's what I was about to say. Buckle up. This will be exciting.
Jimenez in the black trunks. Ricardo Sandoval in the beige with gold gloves. Nicknamed El Nino. Had a nice band accompany him to the ring.
El Nino, the kid, and he does look unassuming, and he looks like the kid from the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. You read those books?
My daughters do.
Yeah, but he can sure fight, I'll tell you that. Composed, everything in slow motion. He sees everything coming, and he breaks opponents down with pressure and body shots. But everything's real fluid and relaxed.
David Jimenez, on the other hand, said he had 315 wins as an amateur, 35 losses. That's about 350 amateur fights, Chris Mannix. I don't care what country you're from. That is some good experience.
Yeah, very decorated amateur, which gives him that experience advantage. Sandoval, the more experienced pro, because he's been in with some better competition there, but certainly Jimenez coming in with some experience of his own.
I think Sandoval already caught the attention of Jimenez with a left hook to the liver, which is one of his specialty punches. You can see Jimenez's right elbow dropping down a little bit now.
Well, that left hook to the liver was what put Jay Harris down in their fight twice and eventually finished him off. So it's a very good punch for him.
That was a good win, big win. Looks good on resume to beat down a fighter that, you know, Julio Cesar Martinez couldn't put down that fast, so that's good volume.
Good left hook there from Jimenez.
And that's the thing about Sandoval. He can box on the outside too. He can't just fight on the inside, but he can go on the outside and control the fight with lateral movement and ring generalship, fighting behind smart jabs. Once he starts letting go of that long, strong, powerful right hand, that's when things can get dangerous.
David Jimenez, nicknamed Medallita.
You butchered that. It's medallita. It means medal. So when I asked him, I go, what medal, God? Gold, silver, bronze. He said gold, baby. So the gold medal, basically.
Medallita.
Now you're saying machine gun.
That's a better nickname.
There's that right hand. that Sandoval, once he starts getting closer to landing that right hand, it's going to be an early night. But Jimenez, you know, he takes a good punch, but against a soft opposition, like you mentioned, Todd.
Well, Jimenez continuously moving. Not going to be a stationary target. Can't really afford to be against Sandoval, who has 15 knockouts in his 20 wins. That is an impressive KO ratio at flyweight.
Good left hook by Jimenez. That caught Sandoval and got him on the back foot now. Both legs landing some good shots right here. Both have each other's power.
Listen for that bell, gentlemen. Time.
His story, when Sandoval fought in the amateurs, his second amateur fight, he lost. And his coach at the time literally left him in the ring, walked away with Sandoval having his gloves on, his headgear still on. Torres was in the building. He hopped into the ring, helped him out of his gear, and he's been working with Sandoval ever since.
Wow. That is a cool yet sad story.
I want more jabs out of Sandoval, and I agree, because it's too early to be exchanging with a strong puncher like Jimenez. So soften him up with that jab, set up those right hands, and maintain that distance from now. The war will come. The exchanges will come.
A lot of pressure on David Jimenez. He said he's been waiting for this moment his whole life. When he first started training as an amateur, he said he was so poor, all he could afford to eat was soda crackers, couldn't pay rent. He says, this is the most important fight of my life.
What's a soda cracker?
It's like a cracker about this big. People at home can't see me. About 3-inch cracker.
So it's a cracker.
That guy's let him go.
There's the jabs. He's doubling it up right there. Don't smother your power. Double up those jabs. Maintain that distance. That right hand will come. But Jimenez, you know, he has pretty good head movement going around the ring generalship. You can see that he's more than just looking for the big power. He's looking to set up that power with angles.
Let him go.
He's mixing up his footwork. He's not just continually circling to the left. He's going to the right as well. Trying to keep Sandoval off balance.
Right, ring generalship right there. And Sandoval landed a nice uppercut, right uppercut on the inside, because Jimenez was using his head, getting a little bit rough in there.
That was a little bit of the criticism Ryan Garcia took in his last fight. He just didn't seem to be able to cut the ring off or stop Tego from circling away from him.
Because the lack of jab. It was a lack of jab to set up the power. And that's what Jimenez is doing here. He's breaking the monotony and the rhythm with that jab. Also, Garcia was looking for that knockout. You know, he got that early knockdown up to go, and it got good to him, so he wanted to actually go out there and get the stoppage. There's that right uppercut again by Sandoval. He found a home for that right uppercut, and if he's landing it this early in the second round, he will continue landing and doing damage.
Something to remember here, this is a 12-round fight. It's the first 12-round fight for David Jimenez in his career. He's only passed 6 rounds once in his career. It's Sandoval's second 12-round fight. He's gone to at least the 7th round in each of his last 3 fights, so a little bit of experience in these deeper rounds.
Sandoval already landing some good shots. Even the ones he's missing are getting the attention.
Jimenez off balance, not sure.
Right there. Way to hold up.
Ricardo Sandoval from Rialto, California, just 23 years old, 7 years the junior of David Jimenez, who's fighting outside of Costa Rica and Panama for the first time ever. Promises that the American fans after this fight will see a warrior that everyone will be talking about.
I expect him to get a lot more aggressive in this round right here. If he gave up those 2 rounds, which were close, but if he doesn't want to make these rounds too close, he wants to actually start dominating these rounds and getting the respect of Sandoval.
Let him go.
That's the difference between a fighter that's here to win and one that just showed up. Sandoval turns southpaw right there. Both these fighters alternate from lefty to righty occasionally.
Yeah, Jimenez officially listed as a southpaw. Sandoval trying to bear down a little bit here with Jimenez.
All right, stop. No punch.
Jimenez really certainly make it difficult for Sandoval to get a read on him. Switching, as you said, from southpaw, jumping in, moving well laterally.
Jimenez will actually fight in temperamental orthodox, and sometimes it's confusing if he really is an orthodox or southpaw fighter. But like Tom said,
there's a good uppercut. Measured perfect.
Sergio, I think Jimenez is playing with fire a little bit. How much he kind of leaps in to fight so often with his hands down, kind of makes it right for the counter.
These are right on the button. The best spell of this fight for David Jimenez.
And it starts with body shots. They were left up to the body. They got the elbow down, and from there, the hooks, the left and right hooks landed on Sandoval. Even when they're blocked, those are having an effect on Sandoval, and Jimenez is getting confident with those hooks.
Jimenez slowing down a little bit as far as his movement. He's starting to sit down on some of these punches. Left cut. Jimenez flush.
Right now, Jimenez is a more relaxed fighter. He's not slowing down because of Sandoval. He's slowing down just to counter. He's looking at time and counter the right shot of Sandoval right now. And Sandoval's just pecking away, looking for an opening.
Stop. Go.
Yeah, definitely Jimenez picked up the pace in this round. And now there's a little bit of that slugfest we were hoping for at the end of the third.
We're going to get the slugfest. That was a good round.
It is illegal, but great move.
Hey, listen, it ain't illegal. Let's say so.
Hey, you could call traveling on every play in the NBA, Chris. Back off.
Thank you, Todd.
And there's rumors LeBron James might be here tonight, Chris. I know you invited him. You guys are good buddies. He going to show up?
I'll have to check my messages later.
Okay.
No way Chris has his number.
He probably has his number, but LeBron's blocked him. Nice left hook.
You know, we talked to Sandoval, the fighter being asked him, like, what's the key to victory for you? He said, composure and my jab, and you can see why. I mean, you have to remain composed when you have a fighter like Jimenez who's so herky-jerky, who is willing to kind of pull on your arm, take an illegal maneuver from time to time, and the jab is what keeps him from rushing in like that. So the game plan is sound for Sandoval.
Yeah, Sandoval, he's very mindful of his aggression. You know, he has a smart radar. He knows what's coming back. That's why I wouldn't go as far as to say he has great defense, but his offense is his defense, and he's so accurate and relaxed.
The third round was probably the best round of the fight for Jimenez. Let's see if he can continue that momentum in the fourth. Sandoval has been knocked down 3 times. Twice in one fight. The fight he came back to win, in fact.
Jimenez turned around and said that was a low blow. That wasn't a low blow. That was a terrific uppercut to the midsection by Sandoval.
Yes, it was. And Thomas Taylor caught that, saying, no way, that was belt line. Keep fighting.
All right, stop. No punch. Turn around. Go.
Do you believe he actually thought it was a low blow, or was just trying to buy some time by complaining?
No, he just wants to let the referee know, just in case next time it happens, maybe they can take away a point. I mean, he has veteran tactics. You got to give Jimenez some credit there. Nice short right hand by Jimenez. Goes right back downstairs. Both these guys throw similar punches. They don't forget the body. They go upstairs with 2 and 3s and come downstairs with something hard. It's going to be a good fight. Both these guys have their respect.
Nice jab on the inside coming in from Jimenez.
Jimenez lands a hard jab. Sandoval comes back with a hard jab as well.
Here's the break, gentlemen. Let him go.
That's what Jose Torres is looking for in the corner of Sandoval. Not just look for those overhand rights, the counter hooks. Throw the jab up there. Operate off that.
That body shot hurt Jimenez. You can see him drop his right elbow down.
Yeah, and he did that in the first round too. If I was Sandoval, just more jabs and concentrate on the body. See right there, this is not Sandoval's fight. Stay on the outside. He has quick feet. Use them.
Looks like Jimenez is going to try and win the last 10 seconds of these rounds. Usually a pretty smart
another one earlier.
I think that was the one.
You both butchered it. Just saying.
I don't think that was it. I'll tell you the truth.
No, the way he turned, I think that was it. You were right, David.
Sergio, the first 2 rounds seem to probably belong to Sandoval, but the last 2 may well have gone to the Costa Rican. Could be an even fight.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say they belong. I mean, they were still somewhat close rounds. But yeah, I would favor Sandoval. But see, this is how Ricardo Sandoval fights. And, you know, he breaks down opponents. He lets them get comfortable with their offense. And just little by little, he starts landing those body shots and breaking and knocking opponents down. See, that's what I want to see more of that from Sandoval. A little feint like that. It was a foot feint, and Jimenez bit on it. If he continues biting on it, he's going to get countered with something big.
What do you make of fighters that employ the style that Jimenez does when he sometimes steps in or jumps in to throw a punch?
Hey, a lot of fighters make a career doing that. I mean, if that's how he normally practices in the gym and he spars that way and fights that way, it works.
Oh, he's backed up there by a right hand from Sandoval. Maybe he can build off of that.
Yeah, he got backed up after switching into an orthodox stance, kind of in the midstream there. It's a good tactic at times to switch stances, but if you're not truly comfortable, you're not careful, you get caught with something big.
Jimenez is holding, he's keeping his elbow down. He got hit with another body shot by Sandoval when he was backed up right there. I could see Sandoval hurting him and dropping Jimenez with another body shot if it lands cleanly.
They both got a shot in there. Yeah, and you can hear them running with every punch. They are really going after it.
Sandoval not a huge puncher. He stopped Carlos Buitrago, I believe the 7th round or 8th round of that fight, when the referee stepped in to stop Buitrago from taking any more punishment. The Harris knockout came after one vicious body shot, put him down and put him up.
He's on a 3-fight knockout streak, whether it's technical or vicious knockout. It still goes down to the knockout and he's getting him.
I'll tell you what, Sandoval at one point listed as a 16-to-1 favorite. That seems very, very generous by the Vegas odds maker.
Look, that's largely based on, one fighter being tested at the World Championship level and one fighter not being tested, fighting his entire career in Costa Rica.
Listen for that belt, gentlemen.
This flyweight contest rolls on. Scheduled for 12 rounds. This is number 6. Which fighter would you rather be right now, Sergio?
I would rather be Sandoval, but I would be comfortable thinking that I'm ahead or got the full respect of Jimenez yet. It's still up in the air.
Look out, that guys. Let his arm go.
It was a tough style matchup for Jimenez, but I think they did that on purpose, matching them tough to see what you had. They've been matching them tough, like Chris said. Carlos Buitrago, a former title challenger, Jay Harris, these are solid victories and knockout victories for Ricardo Sandoval.
Sandoval's been rising the rankings over the last couple of years. If he wins this fight, he'll be the #1 contender at 112 for 3 different sanction bodies. So certainly he's going to put himself in a prime position for a title shot with me.
He caught everyone's attention in 2018 against Oscar Vasquez.
Let his arm go.
Since then, he's been doing
Guys.
really well and turning heads.
Stop. Listen. No more. Stop it, all right? Let's go.
And you wouldn't know that he's...
Yes, a good left hook lands perfectly for Sandoval. Right when Jimenez's jaw was exposed.
Jimenez took that well. That was right on the tip of the chin.
Again with a right hand. Let's see if
6th and 7th round.
As Chris Mannix mentioned earlier, not a lot of experience for David Jimenez in the later rounds. So the longer this fight goes, you would think it's advantage Sandoval.
This is where you start breaking down who your opponents were. Who did you beat to get that clean record? And when you look at Ricardo Sandoval's record, he has the goods. His last 5 opponents, they're winners. When you look at the last 5 opponents of Jimenez, they're guys that you're supposed to just beat. And they don't look good on the record.
Here's Jimenez trying to roll Sandoval down here at the end of the round. He's done that almost every round. Tries to finish it strong. 12. First fight of the night from Cryptocurrency Arena. Is that right?
No,
Chris,
no currency.
Chris, help me out here.
No currency. No currency.
Where have you gone, Staples Center? Oh, that was a low blow.
It's amazing how these guys land the same punches, even in slow motion. Look, like that big left hook right there, and it followed up by a right hand. Expect Jimenez to come back and land something similar right now.
Who's going to put their stamp on proceedings and take over this fight?
Hands are free, gentlemen. We're done that.
Somebody's going to have to start wilting here because these are clean, hard shots. Two guys that can really turn their punches and get knockdowns and knockouts. Both of them have good foundation too, footwork. You see how Jimenez pivots, without his upper body movement, just like that. Gets an angle on Sandoval, and Sandoval does it in a sneaky way as well, breaking the distance.
Let's take a look at some CompuBox numbers from this flyweight bout. Sandoval 104 landed compared to 62 for Jimenez. It's a pretty big disparity.
Yeah, but if you look at the percentage landed, it was pretty similar. Close, at least 32% to 26. And that's what we're seeing. It's a give and take. Both of them are landing pretty solid. And like these body shots right there by Sandoval on the inside. None of these fighters are really doubling up on one side. I think that would break the monotony of a give and take. When you start doubling up left hooks, or doubling up right hands, or double jabbing your way in.
Let him go. Let him go. Gotta let it go. All right, stop.
See Jimenez holding the glove. He may get a point taker.
Too much holding, man. 1 point, too much.
There you have it.
1 point, too much. 1 point, too much. Stop the holding down on man, all right? Ready?
So
Time
now
in.
you can turn up the pressure another notch for David Jimenez. He's got to get going.
Yeah, you didn't hear much of an argument there from David Jimenez, who knows exactly what he's doing. Every time he gets a grip on one of the arms of Sandoval, he's holding tight, trying to land a shot with the other ones.
Yeah, I don't mind that point deduction at all.
We got it, guys. We got it. Let him go. Let him go.
So right there, he's holding again. On the opposite side of the referee, so we won't see.
Time.
Pressure intelligently, and that's what I said earlier about what makes Sandoval so special, but they got to keep reminding him. Like, even smart people need to get reminded.
Stop. Go.
It's those chopping right hands. Yep. Chopping right hands by Jimenez while they're telling Sandoval to stay smart, stay aware, because Jimenez is throwing the right punches.
Well, it just looks like Sandoval's landing 2 for every 1 that Jimenez lands.
Right.
Flurry from him. Combination 1-punch return from Jimenez.
And one thing Sandoval told us this week was while that loss early in his career was disappointing, it took a lot of pressure off of him. He didn't feel like he had to protect that record in every single fight. It made him a better fighter because of it. Now, it's easy to say now because he's with an established promoter. He's in line for a world title shot. But Sergio, I think there's some merit to that, to getting that early loss. So everything's not about maintaining that perfect record.
I disagree. Now, you want to maintain that perfect record because if you feel like you're a perfect fighter, you have a perfect record, and anytime you have that zero on your record, you have more zeros on the paycheck.
It looks like the body shots are really starting to take an effect on Jimenez. Every time he throws a punch, he's got those elbows tucked in tight, and there's a good uppercut from Jimenez. Ooh, there's another body shot from Sandoval.
I think he hurt David Jimenez right there to the body again. If I were Sandoval, start doubling up on those liver shots. Jimenez is hurt.
Yeah, this is right around the time that Sandoval stopped Jay Harris 2 fights ago. So this is where the effect of those body shots starts to settle in.
And Jimenez holding on to that left hand, the left arm of Sandoval, quickly let go as soon as Thomas Taylor took a look that way.
Leaping uppercut. You don't see a ton of those. Jimenez maybe wobbled straight left there from Sandoval. Jimenez trying to find a reprieve, but he can't. Still 35 seconds left.
Sandoval cutting off that ring, making that ring smaller and smaller for David Jimenez.
Another good body shot there for Sandoval.
The body is weak.
This is Mexican style. This is the epitome of that Mexican style. Looking for the right shot, not smothering himself, making that ring smaller and punishing your opponent.
And Jimenez isn't worried about having another point deducted. He's hanging on for dear life. 8 seconds left here in the round.
Yeah, he was very close to getting another point deducted. He is really holding on with that right arm.
Now that body shot made Jimenez jump. T-tape right there in Ryan Garcia's left bicep.
You would know.
Yeah, I would know. Usually it's older fighters that start wearing those KT tapes.
What's it do for you?
Supposedly it lets the blood flow and it circulates. It makes older fighters feel younger.
At the very end, Sergio looked like a mummy.
Let's see now if Sandoval can finish the job. He's got a wounded fighter in front of him. A constant barrage to the body is paying dividends in the later rounds.
And even that hard jab will pay dividends. It's a spearing jab to the midsection, and believe it or not, those hurt just as much as left hooks, especially when you're already winded in the later rounds.
You know, I'd like to see Sandoval, as he tries to cut the ring off, get Jimenez into a corner and then flurry. You see Tom Taylor repeatedly at Jimenez. He's in a position now where he could get the fight stopped.
You know, that's a good observation, but Sandoval's not the flurry type. He makes sure the combinations are always landed real nice, turning every little shot picture perfect. Like right there, he had an opportunity to flurry, but he just decided to land 2 hard shots instead of 5 flashing ones.
How hard is it to focus on your offense when your body's banged up like Jimenez's?
Well, it's the body shots that are keeping the elbows tucked in. So anytime you throw a shot, you're going to open up the body and the rib cage. It's the last thing you want to do against a fighter rocking you downstairs.
Well, he's got to roll the dice. Sandoval is taking over.
He rolls the dice and might get rolled over because of the body shots. You can see the way he's holding that.
Well, he's not going to win the fight doing this.
I think that he's going to be comfortable taking a...
Really? Biggest fight of his life? First time outside?
I think we already seen the best of Jimenez. We tried. It was game, but now we're seeing just a better fighter breaking it down.
Jimenez still trying to move around.
You got that, guys. Let him go.
Body shot from Jimenez this time. Another one. But Sergio, you can tell once he throws that punch, those arms are stuck to his side like he's got Velcro.
Absolutely, he's covering his ribs. So right there, he threw 2 hard shots just to cover up them ribs on both sides again. You can't win that way. But, you know, credit to Jimenez. Those are hard shots right there. He is trying to land.
Oh, that right hand buckled the knees of Sandoval. Sent a little shot to the system.
Listen for the bell, gentlemen. Right there.
And go out there and try to close the show.
Man, that motivated me, man. I love that. I love that corner talk, motivating their fighter. They're telling him David Jimenez is behind, but you got to close out strong.
Sergio, you just told me last round you don't think he can.
I don't think he has it, and I think that's why they were encouraging him so passionately, but we'll see. I just don't see him throwing more than 2 or 3 punches at a time because he's so susceptible to that body shot. See right there, landed 2 shots, tucked in those elbows.
Sandoval still trying to go downstairs.
Let me go.
Well, it was a motivational speech, but there was, ooh, nice right cross.
He's doing good this round.
Absolutely. I was going to say that was a good pep talk, but there wasn't a lot of detailed instructions on how to get him out of it.
You know, sometimes you don't, I agree with you, but sometimes you just need that encouragement. Sandoval's fighting a good fight. You know, some of these rounds are close. I mean, he knows what he's doing in there. He's doing the right thing. All he needs is just a little passionate, convincing to not give up.
You are right, a much better round here for Jimenez. Maybe Jimenez has found his second win. Escape the right hand. But he'll take the head punches. He just doesn't want to get hit to the body.
Yeah, I was about to say that. He's having a good round right now, so he'll give up that chin shot as long as it's not a left hook to the liver. And he's winning this round. Jimenez is.
There we go.
See Sandoval really loading up there on those 2 left hands, trying to land that liver shot that will end it.
30 seconds to go here in round 10. We expected a little bit more fireworks from this fight. It's had its moments, but overall, pretty tilted in favor of Ricardo Sandoval.
Watch the heads, gentlemen.
Yeah, it was entertaining, but it wasn't a lot of action.
Let it go. Listen for that bell, gentlemen.
Again, Jimenez trying to end the round strong.
11.
There's that right hook. Jimenez dropped that left arm. Right hook landed, catching him pulling out right there. You want more body shots and uppercuts from Ricardo Sandoval.
Well, Chris, we're in the championship rounds. What's your perspective?
It looks like Sandoval's getting complete control. I thought it was a better round from Jimenez in the last one. He clearly felt the sense of urgency instilled by his corner, but he's just not doing enough to win many of these rounds. Certainly not enough to claim a win.
All right, stop. There you go. Go.
Well, if he managed to win the 10th and somehow win these next 2, it'd be a pretty close scorecard.
I agree. The early rounds, I mean, there's one, at least 2 in my card.
Yeah, it seemed like 5 through 9 belonged to Sandoval, at least the majority of them.
Well, he's won some clean rounds and some competitive rounds. It all depends on what the judges think.
Let him go.
Remember, he had that point taken away, too.
Yep.
Nice
left hand. Jimenez. Didn't know what to expect out of David Jimenez in these late rounds. He's never been here before. Seems to have a lot of gas left in the tank, though.
David on both sides of the body, David Jimenez.
Crowd's still filing in, but you look at the top decks here, the 300 section, and it's pretty packed out. All eyes on tonight. Ryan Garcia. Perhaps his toughest test ever. And Javier Fortuna, former world champion. Do you think Fortuna better than Luke Campbell, Sergio, as far as an opponent?
Man, that's a tough one because I think the world of Luke Campbell, I think he's one of these fighters that should have become a world champion numerous times, but never did. Fortuna, on the other hand, no gold medal, but he won a world championship more than once. So yeah, I got to say Fortuna looks better on the resume.
Let him go.
Championship round, a nice right hook, a short right hook that was landing all the time, finally dropped Sandoval.
His corner telling him he needs a knockout, and by God, he might get it. Running out of time here in the 11th. Caught him again.
Sandoval's hurt.
David Jimenez, still very much alive.
Now we're talking. It might come down to this last round, I'll tell you that.
¿Qué está pasando, mijo? Miren, no de puto golpe nomás, de 2, 3 golpes, eso es boxeo. Le están dando la chance a todo. ¿Sí me entiendes? Tenemos que ganar este round limpiecito. Con él están dando una pinche desmadriza, ¿sí me entiendes? ¿Qué onda, Ricardito? ¿Por qué? No. Vamos, ¿cómo te sientes primero? Vamos.
I expected a war. We didn't get a war, but we're definitely getting some drama right here.
No se me queda ahí, ¿sí me entiendes? Usando las piernas para ir
There's that pivot, there's that angle that he was getting on. Missing that right hand, finally caught.
Pero no es imposible, vamos ahorita con
Sandoval
todo, ¿sí me
right on the
entiendes?
tip of the
Vamos
chin.
con todo.
Those are knockout shots right there. Sandoval's hurt.
Let's see how aggressive Jimenez is here at the bell. He's thinking knockout. Sandoval's thinking just survive the round.
Yeah, but Sandoval, after that knockdown, maybe he can't just be thinking about surviving. You heard the corner of Sandoval say you've got to win this next round cleanly. So they believe and they think this fight is very close.
Let him go. Let it go.
What do you make of that advice, Sergio?
You know what? Considering Sandoval already has a majority decision loss, they have to go out for the win. So it's good advice. They got to let their man know we're not going to be comfortable with a close victory. They got to close the show.
And you know Jimenez has so much adrenaline. Has never fought outside of Central America in his life. Comes to America at this historic arena in Los Angeles, scores an 11th round knockdown. And now it's all hands on deck for the 12th.
Right now, Sandoval should be watching out for the uppercuts. Jimenez should be throwing uppercuts right now, not winging away with left and right hooks.
You know, for the first 10 rounds, it was Jimenez doing the majority of the holding. They used to see Sandoval coming in, doing a little bit of holding of his own.
So that knockdown pretty much erases the point deduction that Jimenez had for holding. We didn't know what to expect from Jimenez in the last round because he had no experience this late. But boy, is he impressive.
Now, give a lot of credit to Jimenez's corner, too, for giving him that sense of urgency after that 9th round. They told him, you're behind. You've got to go out and do something special. Well, he did it in the 11th.
That was his moment. That right there turned the adrenaline around. That was the Angelo Dundee moment. You're blowing it, son. You're blowing it. And he managed to do that and came hard.
There's another right to score. He lit him up again. I think Sandoval should just back off.
Now you want him to back off. You said you wanted to go forward. This is the danger of exchanging with a man like David Jimenez.
Sandoval was hurt on that last exchange by Jimenez. Good combination, brutal combination.
Sandoval's not boxing, he's going to war, Sergio. That's what you want from a guy you think's probably winning the fight.
That's what we expected. I told you this was going to be a war. Styles make fights, and these two are perfect for each other.
Jimenez has expended a lot of energy.
If Sandoval is escapes this last round and he escapes with a victory, he's going to go back and realize the jab was missing. The jab and the doubling the body shot was missing. Exchanging with a tough man like Jimenez is wrong strategies.
Kind of reminds me of the way Sergio was fighting, we saw a couple of months ago. Evan Sanchez against Carlos Ortiz. Evan Sanchez decided to brawl with Ortiz. He got knocked out. Did Sandoval do enough to get a decision here?
What a job by David Jimenez to close the show strong, but was it too little, too late?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 exciting rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Dr. Lou Moret scores at 114-112. Gary Ritter, 114-112. Fernando Villarreal scores at 113-113. We have your winner by majority decision from Costa Rica.
Sandoval was a 16-1 favorite, but Jimenez, thanks to a massive knockdown in the 11th, has pulled off the stunner to start our night.
That was a very close fight throughout. And as we talked about, did Jimenez get enough rounds in the bank early to support that surge late? According to the three judges, or at least two of them, that's what he did.
Credit to David Jimenez for closing his show, not giving up, always looking for the knockout, and credit to his corner, Ricardo Sandoval, for willing his man in those last rounds and in the championship round.
And I know Ricardo Sandoval is upset, but Sergio alluded to